Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day where my words are the same, but my actions, while saying them, are different because this silly little goose just did not want to stay inside of my pocket. It's almost like she is a small autonomous creature with her own wishes and desires and needs, and that they intersect only marginally with my desires and wishes. Which is true, but this is little Gojira. She is one of my 5 hamsters. I have 4 hamsters that I picked up on my own, and one of them which is a rescue. And at first I was happy with 4, but I couldn't say no to a rescue. So the rescue was free. And this is, like I said, little Gojira. She is a sweetheart. I'm going to put her back into her cage now, though. Because while she wasn't sleeping, she was doing what she wanted to do. She was just sitting and eating and just cleaning herself and just having a hamster day. So yay, she's a sweetheart. I'm gonna put her back into her cage now. Come on, little one. Here we go. Let's see, we go like this so that I try to keep their feet. Here we go. So that they're on my hands, so that their feet aren't dangling. They're ground creatures, burrowing creatures, and I say this a lot, but it's true because it's easy to forget. They are ground burrowing creatures, and so when their feet are like this and the ground is gone, that is scary to them. And so, I mean, they're not going to freak out and die, obviously, especially if you're holding them and it's a non-painful but safe grip. Then they're going to be okay. They're not going to freak out too much, and it's okay to hold them, but like with their 4 feet going while you're holding them from the back and then showing them off. It's they don't like it, but they're not going to like panic and die. But it's just they're used to their feet being on the ground, and I like to respect them at least a little bit, a tiny bit, not a whole bunch. I mean, I'm going to pick them up and do what I do. She's back over in her corner. It's a good thing. Just so I can show them off. I'm not going to respect their own bodily autonomy that much. But 99% of the day and the time, they're just by themselves being little rodents in their cages, and I provide them with food and water, and I clean up after them, and I give them fresh bedding, and I just make sure that they have fine little lives. And then just only periodically I leap in and grab them and then drag them around. And sometimes I take them downstairs if I have to go down and use the restroom facilities. So I'll drag a hamster downstairs and I'll put it on my countertop. You have to listen and be very careful with hamsters, of course. They're like any other animal, which I also include children in this little one, because it's on the if you can't hear them, there's something wrong method and model of things. Because if you can't hear your child, there's something wrong, because your child normally just does normal child things. And if they're quiet, they know they're doing something that they probably shouldn't be doing. And so it's like, wait a minute, I can't hear the kids. Uh-oh. And then you get up and you start looking. Same thing with your cats and dogs. When your dog is just being normal, it's just being loud and being a dog. But when it's doing something stealthy, it knows it's not doing something right. So you can't hear. It's like, uh-oh. You need to go check on it. Same thing when I put like my hamsters on my countertops and then I do what I gotta do. I am constantly listening, even if I got my back turned, because I got enough stuff. My hearing is better than it has any right to be, so I can hear their little feet pitter-patting about on the countertops, even if I've got my back turned and I am using the toileting facilities. So I can hear them, and if sounds stop, you gotta be very careful, because they could be lowering themselves down to try and drop. And the way they are set up with their body types, if they lower themselves down, they are going down in a straight line from their nose to their tail. And they hit the ground like that, and it's spinal compression, and they die. So you got to be very careful. Our hamsters, the way they are just designed, they will die if they fall. So you got to be listening. So when I take them with me, I'm always a listening because I want to make sure they're not going to get hurt. I've lost some hamsters in the past and it's made me very, very sad. But what can you do except try to make sure it won't happen in the future? Thumbs up for that. Because they don't know. Like, again, they're ground creatures. So you put them up on a 3 or 4 foot countertop, they don't know it's down. Especially, remember, hamsters have eyes, but they are effectively blind. I mean, they can see light and shadow. They can see shapes and such like that. But we have, rods and cones, and then we have, well, I think there's rods and there's cones. There's one that's night vision, and it only sees light and shadow, and we have those as well. That's why you can't really see colors and stuff at night, because you're using your night vision parts, and then we have the other day vision parts that sees all the vibrant colors and all this, that, and the other. Hamsters don't have that. They only have night vision parts of their vision. And so they can't see in regular day. They can see us moving around in that we're shapes. We are dark in the midst of light, if the light is on, but they can't really see any details, like something coming at them. They can tell, like, predator shape coming in, predator, movement, but they can't see what the heck it is. That's why they sniff and they lick and they bite so often. Because a hamster's teeth and tongue are its eyes. It has to lick and taste to see what stuff is, and sniff to know what things smell like. And then the only real way to tell what something is to bite it. That's why they will softly bite at things. And I've every once in a while, if my fingers smell good, one of my little hamsters, instead of going garm, they'll just go like reep, reep, and then test. And if it's like hey, then they go oh. And if it doesn't move and attack and fight back, then they know chow down time. So that's the way they have to see the world. So if you have hamsters and they nip at you, they're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to teach you any lessons like don't do this. They're seeing the world. And especially if you try to make sure that your hands are clean before you handle them, because if you've got something that like you ate cheese or something like that and your fingers smell good, then yeah, they're going to try and eat at. And that includes your finger, because they can't tell. They've got to find out. So remember, they're not trying to hurt you. They're not rejecting you if they bite you. It is not a rejection of you. It could just be whatever you handled, and it smelled good, and it's like, oh, they want to eat that too. So if you get bit with a hamster, they're not making value judgments. They're just being small prey creatures that can't see things. You're not being rejected just because you got bit. And in fact, with many hamsters, it takes upwards of a month or 2 months before they will even let you handle them. It depends on the hamster, of course. I've been pretty lucky. I mean, except for hamsters like Thigmo, who's very nervous. But most of my hamsters have been okay with being held. Now, I can't remember a whole bunch of my earlier hamsters, like back in the 90s and all that, because that was really during my drinking time. And I, unfortunately, had a lot of hamsters. I didn't know a lot about them. I treated them poorly out of ignorance. I can't go back and change the past, but I can always make sure that I never make the same mistakes. They were mistakes out of ignorance and not malice, but they were still mistakes. And I lost a lot of hamsters during that time. Don't be an active alcoholic and try to take care of small furry creatures too. It didn't work. I mean, it was important. They kept me alive and sane during a time when I might not have otherwise. But unfortunately, the toll was taken on them. That's why right now, I mean, because of the things that have happened to me and my hamsters in the past is one of the reasons I respect their bodily autonomy so much today. Because of the actions when I was an active alcoholic. That's one of the reasons that if they're in a safe place, I let them have their safe place. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm just sorry I ever hurt any of my other hamsters in the past. Usually not on purpose. Again, when you're being a drunkard and you're trying to spend more time putting alcohol down your gullet than anything else in the world, bad things happen. Now, on non-depressing notes, last night I decided I was going to go walkies. It was like 8:30 at night, and I needed to go walkies, and so I went. And at first it was like, I think I'm just going to walk around downtown. So I made there's a loop I can make from where I live in southern Shelton. I can make a loop up to the top of Olympic Highway North and then make that walk down into downtown Shelton. That adds about a mile onto the regular just walk, because by the time I finish up that loop, I'm right where I would have been had I just walked from my house. So it adds a full other mile onto the loop. So I can add that mile if I just walk downtown, or if I walk to Walmart, I can make it a 7-mile trip. And if I take that loop up when I come back, it's an 8-mile round trip. Well, last night I was just going to walk downtown, but I took the loop, got downtown, and went, you know what? It's been a while since I've done it. I'm going to walk to Walmart. Now, I wasn't sure that was a really good idea because I've been having a lot of knee pain and knee issues these past couple. Probably about the last month. And I got like 3 miles into this 7-mile trip. And I was getting to be unsure whether or not I was actually going to be able to make the full trip. But I kept walking anyway. It's like, well, if I can't do it, then I guess I'll crawl home or something. And I just kept going. And by the time I got like 6 miles into the 7-mile trip, I was really just running on momentum. It was the fact that conservation of energy, objects in motion tend to stay in motion. So I was walking and moving because I was walking and moving. So if I had to stop for any reason at that point, that was going to be it. But I made it all the way home. 7-mile trip. It was hard getting up these stairs to get from downstairs. Hokey smokes, did my knees hurt. Something fierce. Ay, ay, ay. There's also something else that was really good that I wanted to talk about, but now I can't. Yes. I've talked before too about how when I go up hills, I breathe like a bellows to make sure that I can breathe and I'm not going to be running short of oxygen. Usually it's like my right leg hits the ground and I inhale as my left leg comes down, and then when my right leg hits again, I exhale. So it's like every other step is a full inhale and exhale. As I'm walking up hills. But last night I was starting to do that and my body was going, no, it didn't like that. It didn't like that at all. Not even a little bit. So I went, but I don't want to be out of breath. And my body just went, look, we got this. Relax. And so I just breathed and let my body breathe. Now, normally, as stated, I walk up the hill and I'm breathing like a bellows. Every other every other step is a full inhale and exhale. I kept up the same pace that I normally do, which is, it's kind of a power walk in that I'm walking 3 miles an hour, which is 1 mile every 20 minutes. And I keep that up no matter if I'm going on a level pace or if I'm going uphill. So I'm power walking up this hill and my body has decided that, breathing inward like every 3 or 4 steps, that's fine. And like every 3 or 4 steps to exhale, that's good too. So I power walked up there just basically lightly breathing, not even deeply. And it was all my oxygen needs were taken care of. And I was like, hokey smokes. my breathing has become more efficient. My body doesn't even require as much oxygen now when I'm out doing this stuff, even on a 7-mile round trip up this horrible hill. Hokey smokes. It's weird. I'm not used to being healthy. It's really a different feeling for me, and I don't know how to deal with it. It's kind of weirded me out. It was nice, but odd. So, hope you had your seatbelts on, because we are now making a 90-degree turn. Didn't put on the brakes, didn't even warn you. So without seatbelts, you're going to smack your head on the window or the seat frame or the door frame, because I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. It is arranged because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my fibromyalgia, depression, and more, I'm lucky if I can remember that my name is not Rutherford. I can't even say that properly. Rutherford P. Farquhar. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one I do. Right now, I'm just thanking you for having left me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. The fact is, you left me a comment. Thank you very much. Now, with my Chrome up here, we have Naluji, greatly appreciated, and Francisco Royas, thank you very much. Bryce Page, greatly appreciated. TW, thumbs up and thank you. And Zombie Wolf, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. We have Will Bobson, thank you very much. And J House 4532, thumbs up and thank you. Kathy Kitscat, greatly appreciated. And I was not aware that CBDs did not do much for nerve pain. Hokey smokes, you learn something new every day, even when you try to keep up on stuff. And then we have Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you. And Rinku and Cruzy. Oh, so many people that were thoroughly baffled by my Deprem video. Hokey smokes. Awakens with a 6 instead of a second A. And we have Nancy Sweeney, thumbs up and thank you. Angel Diaz, thumbs up, greatly appreciated. On Site TV, thumbs up and thank you. Paradox, except no O, it's PARRADX, thumbs up and thank you. We have Big Bad 123321, greatly appreciated. Gay Tranny, heck of a name, but Canem, thumbs up and thank you. And this is not a channel, heck of a name. And then I will miss you though. Oh, I certainly do. I like torches. Josh Sanabria, greatly appreciated. PP, how about that? And Docamus, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you so very much. It is appreciated to no end. And if you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, it would be beautiful and awesome. And yes, you people that are my Patreon.com patrons are the reason I'm able to keep a roof over my house. I wouldn't be able to do it without you. Thank you so very much. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. I thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to. I mean, hokey smokes. Hokey smokes. But if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time, which is a long time away from now. I hope, God, that would just be horrible if it was like 3 o'clock this afternoon, end of time, everything's over, make sure your ticket's punched and file towards the exit in an orderly fashion. That would be that. Well, shuckle my duckle. I have this video, I'm gonna have another video. I'm going to hopefully have one of my stories, short story here soon, where I'm just going to do a short story reading for the video, and that'll be good. I don't want to do my song mutilations every single day because I like to keep them special, and that's a good thing. And as stated, my last one just confused people so much. Thumbs up! They are madness and insanity, and I enjoy them so much for that. Anyway, like stated, I got this video, got another video. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a third video. Probably not, but that's okay too. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. So take care.